I'm Steph from Stitching with Steph, and welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you for returning today for another stitch with me. If you're not a subscriber and this is the type of content that you like, after this video or anytime during, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you like this particular video, go ahead and like it for me as well. And then if you feel free to do so, go ahead and put a comment down where you guys are watching this from or any type of questions or comments you guys have for me. Today we're doing a brand new start, as you can see here in this image. It is our Koi and Blue Peony. It's a very large stamped cross stitch. It is by Classical Cross Stitch. This particular canvas is an 11 count. It is 91 by 181 centimeters. And this particular canvas also has 57 colors. So let's go ahead and dive right on in to this stamped cross stitch kit and we'll get started. All right, friends, welcome to my week 1 stitch with me of my large printed Koi project. As you can see in our introduction, it's a biggin. So I plan on doing a video of this once a week. So if you guys want to do a Koi stitch along with me, you can go ahead and go over to AliExpress or any of those third-party sites and get any size of a Koi stitch with me. Because like I said when I did a review, this one's going to probably take me a while. Also, this one is on a fixed floor stand. If you want to see what that looks like, go ahead and head on over to my Instagram, which is Stitching with Steph. I also have the link in my bio on my YouTube, and you'll kind of see how my setup is. So I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit of a task to get this set up for filming. So we're ready to go. We're going to be working on this section here. As you can see, I have not started at all. And it's color 28, which is, let's see, color 28 is DMC 796. So now that I have it set up, I kind of know what we'll be doing. And again, we are on a floor stand, so if there is a little bit of moving, I do apologize. Just because, again, it's on that floor stand and my camera is mounted on a stand, not on my stitching stand, but it's mounted to what's called a gooseneck for me. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. And just so that everyone knows, I in fact woke up at I think 5 o'clock today. It's my off day, so clearly I was just really excited to start this project this week. I've been waiting for a while. I've had this particular canvas in my stash, I'm not going to lie, for probably a couple of years, and I had it all ready in my little bag and all that fun stuff. And then what I did was I kind of just left it because I didn't even know where to begin and I didn't know what kind of stand I wanted. So again, this is my first time doing a floor stand, so if it is a little bit wobbly, I apologize. Okay, there we go. So if you guys want a link on this floor stand, it's kind of like a larger, it's like a Q stand on wheels, a Q snap, if that makes sense, or the snap frames. Because I don't like my canvases really taut per se. I like mine, as you can see, a little bit looser because I tend to have a heavy hand when stitching. So what happens is I tend to break a lot of needles. So like this particular needle, as you can see, I went on AliExpress and I ordered 200 new gold tail needles because this month alone, and we're barely in the second week going into the third week of April, I have broken like 4 needles on my canvases doing my stitch with me. So I was like, whoops, well, I guess I better have a surplus. Because I mean, I have a lot from my canvases that I got for my kits. However, when I have lots of kits that I have in my stash, or I plan on doing for reviews, or I plan on doing giveaways in the future, yeah, I have needles and stuff like that. However, it's not going to be any help to me if I keep breaking several on my projects. So I ordered 200 from this one store because I'll be doing a review on this store of some stamped stitches as well as these needles. And then I ordered another 1,000 from another store that are going to be those gold till ones. So I generally stick to 11 and 14 count, which those needles I feel like are interchangeable. There's really not that large of a difference on them. So yeah, that's what I do. Hopefully today we are going to get quite a bit done. Like I said, I've been up since about 5:30. I rolled out of bed about 6:30, and I just wanted to get this stitch with me started. And again, this was my first time doing a filming setup to make sure that my mic was working properly, because I have two different mics. I have actually a wireless mic, and then I have a stationary mic when I stitch on my desk for my other videos for my smaller canvases. So I had to get the mic set up, and then I had to get my camera set up. So I just wanted to get some work put in on this and get you guys started on it. And like I said, this project's going to take me forever. So if you want to do a koi stitch with me, head on over to AliExpress. I'll see if I can find a similar like length or size if you're interested. I don't think I'm going to find the exact same image. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'll try to find something similar to what I'm doing and try to link it in the, you guys, or not bio, in the description. And then I'll also link in the description the type of stand I bought. So, I mean, I like it. Like I said, it's just, it's pretty stable, as you can see. My canvas is nice and taut, except for here on the edges. I have it that way for a reason. I like mine, like I said, I like mine a little bit looser. It does come with, I think, comes with 6 cute, like the little snap pieces to put on the edges. And then I did add more because of how big my project is. I added, I think, 4 more. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 total on my, frame right now, because my canvas literally takes over the entire width of the stand. So if you're looking for something for those bigger projects like I needed, because this is definitely something you are not going to be able to stitch in hand. You might be able to start it, but if you really want to finish the project, you're not going to be able to stitch it in hand for very long. So I'll go ahead and leave in the description a similar koi fish one, and then I'll go ahead and leave the stand that I bought. And then okay, let's see what we have here. Sorry, I'm listening to a YouTube video. So the YouTube video that I'm listening to is by Kimberlea, is her channel. She does like true crime, solved, not unsolved. So I'm just listening to that story because I haven't heard of this one on any other channel. It's one that's new. So sorry if I seem a little distracted. That's not my intention. Trying to get you guys more involved. Also, to all of my followers that have, or anybody that started following me this past like week, thank you. I appreciate the subscription. And if you left a comment telling me that you subbed, I thanked you in the comments as well. I do have an app on my phone that tells me it's for content creators. It does tell me when you guys subscribe, so which is pretty nice. So I can get back to you as long as I'm not like at work or school. I'll reply relatively fast, or sleeping. So, because when I'm in class or at work, I try to have my undivided attention there. So again, thank you. I appreciate the feedback for everybody that has left comments. I didn't think so early on with me having minimal comments that I would get some people already trying to troll, but I already had to start blocking some people about comments. And I get it. I get where they're coming from, but like seriously, there's bigger problems in this world than they were upset. Essentially, the comment that the person left me was they were upset that I buy canvases from China. Well, I'm not trying to be a mean one, Miss Ma'am, but honestly, if I could afford $100, $200 kits right along with the majority of the world, I would do so. And also, I am not trying to be mean. Where do you think most of our stuff comes from? Let's be real here. Um, Even if the design is from the US, they may give you the PDF created here, but they outsource and buy everything overseas anyway. So let's call it what it is, right? And a lot of my canvases, like this one, this is not, I wouldn't necessarily say it's not stolen art because it's not. It's Asian influenced. Like this is not, and those of you that understand trade, you understand copyright laws. Here in the US, they apply in the US to US companies, but ever since everything that's gone on with our government, China is no longer honoring that just because it is what it is, right? Like they said that they're not going to honor intellectual and copyright infringements anymore, and they're not going to punish manufacturers because if our companies in the US are going to outsource to them, then that's on that company. So not trying to be negative or anything like that, but it is what it is. That's the way of the land. And I'm not trying to take from smaller artists. If I bought a canvas previously, I did not know. I'm not going to sit here and reverse image for hours for one kit to see who the artist is and everything like that. I'm just going to enjoy my craft and I'm going to have fun with it. And it is what it is. I know the majority of us stitchers are like that. So, all right, give me 1 second. I'm going to take a drink of water and put some chapstick on. All right, I'm back. Again, when I'm filming, for some reason, I get pretty parched. So I tend to take more frequent breaks and put chapstick on than I would any other time. So yeah. And sorry for those of you that had to listen to that. I feel that it's unnecessary that people leave negative comments. It's like, do you not have anything better to focus on? There's dog shelters out there. There's people that need volunteering at food banks. Like there's so many other things in this world to worry about, in my opinion, than trolling YouTube and telling people that you shouldn't buy from the overseas websites because everything that they produce is stolen art. And it's just like, you do you, boo. So I'll be honest, if I come across any of those type of comments, I'm just going to delete and block you just because I don't have the time nor the patience for it. Again, I'm a pretty busy person and I'm not going to entertain your BS. That's just my personality type though. Yeah. Also, on a side note, I decided to go ahead and start a Facebook group for us. So that way we're not just connecting here on YouTube, but we can connect on Facebook and we can kind of post and chit chat with each other throughout the week. So if you want access to that Facebook group, I will go ahead and leave a link in my description of all my videos. I'm going to go through and edit all of my previous ones. I will leave a link in my description to my group. So please just make sure that you read the rules carefully, because again, I want it to be a safe space for all of us, and where we can just enjoy our craft and stick to our hobbies and build friendships through something we all enjoy, right? So my group name is my channel name, Stitching with Steph. I will go ahead and leave that link down below. And I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement over on my Instagram as well as my TikTok for my followers over there. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in there and seeing what we all work on throughout the week and go from there. I just thought it would be funner for all of us, besides just interacting in the comments. We can interact while we're off camera too. And just again to build that rapport and talk to you guys outside of YouTube, or more or less talking to myself and responding to comments. And then also starting this week, I'm going to be inserting at the beginning of my videos if I have any viewer submissions. And you can submit like anything that you're working on to me. It can be, I would prefer them to go to the email, because the email can keep all my stuff organized and centralized. So I have an email specifically for viewer submissions for my channel. It is also linked in my description. So if you want to be featured in my Stitch With Me's, go ahead and drop me a picture of what you're working on. Please include your name, where you're from, so country, state, whatever you feel comfortable, your project name, and the details of your project. So if it's like a 9 count or 18 count, if it's a stamped, stuff like that, and an image of it. So an image of your project, and then a stock image of what it looks like when it's supposed to be finished. And I'll include you in my channel. Whoops, I unthreaded. So hopefully we'll have quite a bit done this week. If my audio sounds different than normally, it's because, again, this is a wireless mic, so I have to talk a little bit louder than my other ones. Because my other one's a noise canceling, like podcast style, if that makes sense. It's designed to cut out a lot of background noise and stuff like that. It's kind of nice stitching this early in the morning. The whole house is asleep, even my husband. I don't hear dogs barking. Again, the sun's barely starting to come up for us here in our house, so here in Colorado anyways. So, and the room that I'm in, my office space and my stitching room, it's so funny because I call it my office, but it's really my study room. This is where I do all my filming too. Like, all my filming is set up on my school desk. But luckily, I'm very well with my medicine. Anyways, I can be very task oriented. So when I need to study, I know I need to study. Now, before I got diagnosed with ADHD, guys, I would try to do like 5 things at once. It was horrible. And then everyone would always be like, how do you do it, Steph? And I always used to took it as a compliment, right? Because I was like, I don't know. I just do it, guys. But also because I multitask, quote unquote multitasked, it also led to me having really high anxiety, because I would put so much on my plate unintentionally, and I would constantly have so many tabs open for me that I felt like, oh, sorry friends, I got to get this knot out. There we go. That it led to me actually having anxiety, and I was talking to my doctor about it, and she said that I went so long, my entire life, being undiagnosed, that I just have like systems put in place for me that help me be successful, but that also led to me being anxious because I knew I would forget something. So I would just constantly think about my tasks, which is honestly what happened. Um, I'm lucky. I'm one of the ones that does not have impulsivity. I plan a lot because of how long I went undiagnosed. Again, I'm in my 40s and I just barely got diagnosed. I want to say about 8 months ago. About 8 months ago. And it was a life changer going to my doctor. And again, they don't just be like, oh yeah, sounds like this is what you have. No, there's lots of tests that you do. They actually have imaging that they can do of your brain because people with ADHD are brain fires differently. And so, no, it's not just like, this is all new. Like, this was never happened in my time. Well, because you, no offense, didn't have the technology nor the medical background or experience back then for these kind of conditions. So what really helped me was when I got started working in healthcare, and I was like, wow, I do think a lot differently. So yeah, there's your little fun feedback about me with my ADHD journey, guys. All right. I'll probably work on this throughout the week and I'll try to get this part done and maybe we'll start like some of this here, like the 39 maybe, or some of that 52. What do you guys think? 52 maybe? And sorry if my camera glitches out. Hold on. I kind of tend to have to put something like solid on the bottom for some reason. I don't know what it is. This is the first time I've ever had a camera do this. That's why you guys see my hands in here a lot. And I've tried like troubleshooting and stuff like that. And I think it's because this particular camera offers background like screening stuff, if that makes sense. Oops. It offers green screen. So I'm thinking it thinks like this stuff is part of the green screen. So it keeps like trying to like switch over. And I'm like, that's unfortunate. I can't disable that feature because I've went into the settings. There's an app for my camera, which it connects to wirelessly. And nope, I tried disabling it and it's not an option. So eventually, I mean, it's a great camera. I love it. I love how easy it is to film with it and it's easy for me to edit as well. I don't know. I don't think I want to go and invest in like a really expensive one because it does the job, you know what I mean? Minus that one little thing. And I'm not like a big famous YouTuber where I have hundreds of thousands of followers, to be honest. This first stitch with me is just going to be a little bit longer. My typical brand new starts are because I like to put in a little bit of time with you guys and chit chat with you. So this weekend is Easter weekend. In our house, we don't celebrate Easter. It's neither here nor there, but we do allow our kids to not miss out on the holiday side of it, if that makes sense. We do consider like Easter and Christmas family time. So that's what we focus on for the holidays. We're not necessarily celebrating the holiday itself. We celebrate family, and that's the way that I was raised as a kid as well, and that's how my husband was raised. So we just keep that tradition going with our kids. So my kids know that the Easter Bunny is not a legit thing. Um, so what my kids do is we allow them to have Easter baskets and we give them a budget and we let them pick out things that they want to put in their Easter basket. We do like an activity for the day. We hang out. Again, we enjoy each other's company. And to me, I think that's what's most important, right? All right, give me 1 second. My throat is getting dry again. Bear with me, friends.
All right, sorry about that, guys, with this little interlude after that drink break. As I was editing this video, it seemed like a snippet. My mic wasn't apparently working when I came back from that drink break. So I'm going to leave you with some tranquil music here. If you want to continue stitching, you're more than welcome to. My conversation and audio does pick up after about 10 to 12 minutes. So please enjoy this little sound clip that I included in our Stitch With Me today. All right, friends. Well, that concludes a little bit of our music intercession. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll get back to our regular conversation now.
Okay. Yeah, I think my koi projects are probably, my Stitch With Me's are going to be closer to 40 minutes, an hour, just because this is such a huge project and I feel like I could get more time in on it with Stitch With Me's. Maybe I'll do some Stitch With Me's with um, me talking. Maybe there'll be some with like music and talking. I haven't decided yet. If you guys can give me some feedback down in the comments, would you guys mind a Stitch With Me with some music, like some tranquil music in the background and me coming in and out and stitching with you? That would be nice, right? Maybe, I don't know. I would watch somebody that did that, to be honest. So that way I can kind of just glance at my iPad or my TV or whatever I'm watching it on and then see what they're working on. And I could even do like sped up videos for you guys too, with those audio ones. So I can do a Stitch With Me for me, just no audio, and then just music. And then we can do like a speeding Stitch With Me, if that makes sense. That might work. I don't know. You guys let me know. Sound off in the comments. I know I don't have a lot of followers yet, but the ones that are here, I would really appreciate some feedback, what you guys would like, or if you guys like me talking to you through the video. It's really up to what you guys like. I don't mind either way. Like I said, I can find lots to talk about. I do have to say I'm enjoying this. I am enjoying this particular stand. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna scoot a little bit closer just because I'm working higher up on the canvas. And you can probably see my hand shadow because the sun's coming up. So I'll probably finish, like I said, this leaf off. If I don't, for my next week's Stitch With Me, I'll just start a new section over here. My goal is on the strands. Let me see. You know how it comes in 6 strands, right? So this is only half of that 6 strand. So on my Stitch With Me's, my goal is to get at least one half of those strands completed with you guys on this one, because it'll force me to put in a little bit more time on this project, because again, it is a very large project, right? So I did get some new orders in. I'm going to be reviewing them this week coming up, or I always say this week, but probably in the next 7 days or so. I did get some in from AliExpress, and I'm really excited to review those with you guys, because I have a store that I came across, and oh my gosh, the quality of their canvases are like chef's kiss, guys. Just perfect, beautiful. Um, and there's one particular canvas in there I want to review right away, because I got it specifically for my husband, and I want to try to get it done by Christmas for him so I can give it to him as a Christmas gift. He doesn't know I'm going to be doing it, and he doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so you know, that's on him. Um, so I'm going to be doing a Stitch With Me. That one is definitely going to be a new start. But that one, I'm going to be honest with you, that's going to be my weekly rotation to focus on, just because I want it to be a Christmas gift for him. I know he's absolutely going to love it. So that's all I know, is that I'm ready to get started on that one. It's not super big either, so it shouldn't take me that long, but I'm hoping, because I do I do a lot of Stitch with Me's with you guys, and I'm working on my Sailor Moon one and my Red Flower one quite obsessively. Oh, and my April calendar one as well. So right now, including this large kit, my April Flower, Sailor Moon, so my April Flower, Red Flower, Koi, and Sailor Moon, those are my like projects I want to get finished. Again, I know my Koi is not going to be done this year. Um, and then I'm adding in now my husband's gift. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. But I'll be honest with you. I think the reason why this hobby works for me is because if I get bored with one, I can like, even though I want to stay busy, because I'm a person that likes to keep my hands busy. Um, if I was stitching, like for example, yesterday was my off day from everything. I didn't have any homework. I was starting to feel better from my stomach bug. I had my a little bit of my energy back. So I literally sat and watched Jurassic Park and Karate Kid. So I watched it on USA, I think, and AMC, something like that. So I watched Jurassic Park and Karate Kid. Yes, the original Karate Kids. And I just sat there and stitched and did laundry. It was great because my house was already clean. I was just running dishwasher, loading and unloading that when it was done, loading and unloading the dryer. And I literally stitched for hours. I put in so much work on my Sailor Moon cross stitch, as well as my April showers one, my April showers and butterflies. I think I call it April butterflies actually. Yeah, April butterflies. You guys will see that in this upcoming week stitch with me as well, because I stitch that with you guys every week, one day a week. All right. All right, guys, I'm almost done. I probably can get a couple more stitches out of this. If so, then that may be the call for this week. I don't know. Yeah, and the nice thing about this stand, guys, I was just thinking about it. Like if I want to work on this in the front room, this bad boy has wheels, guys. I can literally just like wheel this out to my comfy chair and just sit in front of the TV and be stitching if I want to. So I think I paid less than $100 for this stand. It was easy to put together. My husband had to put together probably like 10 minutes. It's very lightweight, so it's not hard to move around. And again, it has those wheels on it. Okay, friends, I think, hold on, I may have to call it here. Oops. Does anybody else blindly search on the backside for the hole? Because I feel like I do more often than one should. Oh, sounds like, I think one of my sons is up. Oh, yep, that was my last stitch, guys. There's not enough. Alrighty, so I think we may call it here, you guys. All right, friends, we're going to call this week one Koi and Peony Stitch with Me a done deal. If you like this video and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I would really, really like to have you along in my journey. And go ahead and like this video if you liked this particular content or even this design and this stitch with me. If you are a subscriber, thank you for sticking through till the end. I really appreciate everyone's support. If you don't follow me over on TikTok or Instagram, go ahead and head on over and do a follow and look through my content there. It is stitching_with_Steph. And also, I did start that Facebook group this week. I'd be more than happy, and I would love for you to come along and be a member and share your pictures of your projects with me. And I will have that link in the description there. And my group name is, of course, Stitching with Steph. Again, thank you for coming along with this Stitch With Me week 1 brand new start. I really enjoy chatting with you guys. I hope everyone has a good day and a good rest of the week, and I'll see you in my next Stitch With Me. Bye-bye.